Alright, I want to make an apology video. Not really. But I do want to say that tonight I was given some information from my Russian friend. He was talking to me about how some of the stuff that I put in my last video were there's more background and there's more to it than just what I said. Now I totally agree with him. Alright. The video I made last night was it was emotional, you know. I was talking about my personal experiences. My view of the video, it's completely factual. Everything that I'd share with you is stuff that actually happened. It's losing some context. There's not everything is as it seems perfectly. The North Korean thing where there's going to be 100,000 soldiers coming in, you know, going to be supporting the Russian army. That could have been propaganda. Obviously, they're in talks about it, but it's probably not going to be happening that way. So really, I'm proud of the video last night, and I think a lot of you took something from it. But for any Russians that are out there, right? I understand that you guys are flooding me from Intel Slava Z. I know you guys are flooding me from all these different places. I know you're not just bots. You're people with different opinions, people who get propaganda from different sources. And look, I'll be the first to say, I'm American. I think it's obvious we have our own propaganda issues. You look at the Lone Survivor. My buddy, who's actually in the Air Force, he was telling me about Lone Survivor and how it's probably faked. It's probably completely faked. And again, I don't know the truth. But you look at Lone Survivor where they're, oh yes, there's 4 Navy SEALs. They had killed like 100 Taliban. Then they were, you know, one by one killed. And then there's one lone survivor who came by and he had emptied all his magazines and he was perfect in battle and everything. It turns out, people are doing the research that probably did not happen. It was probably about 12 Taliban fighters. And look, this is stuff I've been told. I don't know if it's actual factual. And I'm going to take Marcus's word for it. But it's kind of looking like they found all the magazines fully loaded on his kit. It looks like it was not actually as it seems. Which made me pretty upset a couple days ago when I learned that. Because I used to read this book all the time when I was a kid. And it was part of the reason, it was part of the motivation, the propaganda that got me to join the Marine Corps. Alright. We're all being fed propaganda. An example, Democrats and Republicans. I'm not going to tell you what I am because you guys are all going to dislike the video from the opposite one. But Republicans and Democrats, they are polarized. And I think it's pretty obvious. Why is this? It's because of social media. It's because of propaganda. If you're on YouTube right now, you probably got a recommendation to go and watch my video. Why? You were probably looking at videos of Ukraine destroying Russia, being the, you know, they're the ones that are going to win, everything. So you get sided to my side. You know who's not seeing my videos? It's the Russians. The Russians are seeing other content. The other biggest issue is, I didn't even finish with the Democrat and Republican comparison, but another big issue is that, which is pretty obvious, but we don't even want to consider this, that all the Russians can be good people, is that they are blocked from YouTube. They're blocked from Google. They're blocked from McDonald's now. They're blocked from all these different things. Social media, Instagram. They can't go on that stuff. Those are all American made. You know what they're using? They're using their Russian ones. The ones that were made locally and stuff. And guess what we can't have as Americans, as Western people? RT. Which is, I mean, that's a pretty bad example, but it's the best one I could find. RT is Russian state-sponsored media center. It's pretty biased, obviously, but we can't find RT in America. Why? Because we have different polar opposite propaganda, and they're fighting and conflicting with each other. Best way to do it is just chop it off. Hey, if you're in America, you're going to be like, yes, Ukraine's good. And if you're in Russia, oh, yes, okay, Ukraine's bad, and Russia's good. That's how it is. Back to my original point. Democrats and Republicans. If you're a Republican, it's probably pretty difficult to go and talk to a Democrat and explain how the Second Amendment should not be violated or should not be taken away under any circumstances, right? You know, whatever. You guys understand this. It's a political debate. If you're a Democrat on this side, right? Is this left for you? I don't know. Whatever. If you're a Democrat, probably pretty difficult to explain to a Republican why abortion is a complete right. Why can't they understand that? Well, you know why. I think you already got it. I mean, I've been talking about it this entire video, but if you're a Republican, you're going to be fed Fox News. You're going to be fed Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro. If you're a Democrat, you're going to be fed all these other different sources. CBS, NBC, CNN. And that's a really difficult thing, dude. The reason is because you're not going to watch a video. If you're a Democrat, you're not going to watch a video on AR-15s and how they're the best thing in the world. And if you're a Republican, you're not going to do the vice versa with abortion or BLM or something. So this is why I want to talk about that. I want to bring it up because the Marine Corps, I already spoke on that. YPG. Do you think there's any propaganda in a communist militia? It's anarchist, really. But, yeah. There is. I don't like the Turkish regime. I call them the Turkish regime. I would die for the YPG any day of the week. So much so, I went to YBS, which is their affiliate. Which is actually a little bit more extreme, I would say. It's the same deal, man. I would die for them any day of the week. It's because of the propaganda I was told. And I completely believe it. But you know what I don't hear about on YouTube and on news and from friends? I don't have any friends who are Turks. The Turks don't like me. I don't like them. So I don't have friends who are Turks who can explain to me how the PKK, who are affiliates, were bombing cities in the 70s, and they were killing civilians and stuff every once in a while. You know, and the PKK acknowledges this, and I know this because I've been told this a lot. The PKK acknowledges that they did some terrorist acts in the past. They're changing that. Well, guess what? This is what it's all about, man. In Ukraine. I mean, where to get started, dude? I mean, I know that I'm being fed propaganda. I understand that. I would die for them any day of the week, and I'll go back again. I'll go back again. And I will. Probably. Maybe. I fucking love Ukraine. But at the same time, I know Ghost of Kiev didn't shoot down 30 Russian jets. They probably didn't even exist. And if he did it, I mean, he probably only did a couple of shoot downs or whatever. It's, there's propaganda on all sides. And that's all I want to say. So, in conclusion, no matter who you are, and I know it's going to be very hard for somebody who has an opposing view as me to go and accept this, it's not an apology, accept this fucking, shake my hand, shake my hand.
I'm going to shake your hand.
But I appreciate you being here, you know, and I'm going to try and do better, alright? I want to give you guys the information about what happened in that war, but I don't want to separate people. I don't want to get people mad and polarized. I want to bring people in, just be like, hey, look, I came here for this reason. I really do believe in the Ukrainian effort. The Russian side of things, I understand that I don't know everything, and they tell me in the comments, like, do you remember 2014, Donbass, how they were shelling, how the Ukrainian military was shelling Donbass like crazy and killing civilians? I don't know a whole lot about that. I really don't. Can you blame me? I mean, it's a difficult thing, and I mean, I would still defend everything that Ukraine stands for. You already know my views. I talk about it in all my videos and stuff, but whatever. I want to extend a hand, shake my hand.
I want to shake your hand.
To anybody out there who has opposing views to me, thank you, Fridge. I think he's trying to tell me that he does not like my views. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for being there. You guys are awesome, every single one of you. Russian, Ukrainian, different ideas of the world. I wish the best for you. And I hope to go and see you guys on this channel more. But what I really want is I want to prove that we can come together as as humans, alright? That's a very hippie thing of me to say. I'm living in a van. What do you expect? Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Am I still able to say this? Of course I am. I'm a fucking Spetsnaz soldier. Slava Ukraina, Heroin Slav.